The next digital tool that I'm going to talk about is a simulation website called thirdworldfarmer.com, and I actually learned about this website at the Midwest Google Summit last spring when I attended. So it's a really cool game. It really gets students thinking, and it actually brought out really deep conversation from my fifth graders who I didn't really think would understand the underlying messages behind the game, but I think that it can really provoke deep thought in our students. This particular video is meant for teachers and students, anybody who's really trying to figure out how to play Third World Farmer. So I'm going to give you a good idea of what to do and how to play this game. This game would go really well for a social studies teacher who is talking about different places around the world or immigration and why people want to come to our country from other countries to the US. And it really discusses the hardships that farmers in third world countries face each and every day in their lives and gets kids thinking about how lucky they really are to live where we do. I think that this one covers ISTE T1B because it gets students thinking about authentic problems that actual people really face every single day, as well as CK1 because it covers social studies, knowledge, and content. So here is Third World Farmer. It's just the number 3, thirdworldfarmer.com. And to play it, you have to watch like a little intro video. Sometimes these intro videos are not, I wouldn't say they're inappropriate for school, but they're not always the most appropriate. So you might want to get them up on the screens before the kids come to class. I can do that in my lab because I have a program on my computer that lets me control them all. But if you don't, I don't think it's a huge deal. And I just tell kids if anything makes them uncomfortable to look away or close their screen or mute it. So it's not that bad though. Check it out for yourself. I'm not going to go through the little intro video or the little ad that plays before it. I'm just going to get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. It says how to play the game. Buy crops, etc. from the upper left menu. Place them in your fields. Click play when ready for the next turn. So I got really good at this program or this game because I used it with about 8 classes, and by my 8th class I was really good at it and the kids were really angry. So if you want to be really good at it and impress your students, you need to practice a little bit ahead of time. So up here in the upper left corner there are crops that you can buy. There are animals, there are farm tools, there are buildings like barns, and we've got a well here. And each thing tells you what it is and what good it will do for you. And then here are like advanced items, communications, infrastructure, so roads, a school, clinics, representative, somebody to share your ideas. You win the game essentially by getting everything from the category down here. So if you don't want to win the game and you want to keep getting more money and taking more turns, because that's how you get on the scoreboard up here, don't buy every single one of these things. But all right, so it says money, $50, turn number 1. Up here you can see what you own and you can sell it, usually for prices of less than what you paid. And here's how you would get to your next, the next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to plant, and all the prices change from turn to turn for the crops. So I'm going to plant some wheat. Whoops. All right, so I could afford that many wheat. Nothing is $5 or less, so there's really nothing else I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and it goes through a year and then gives you an annual report. So it says wheat harvest fails. Well, now I'm in trouble. Poor weather conditions this year kill off all wheat fields in the area. Well, that's all I planted, so I am basically not going to get very far. Sometimes there are things like this that'll pop up and give you some choice as to how you can make some more money, but some of it brings in ethical ideas and concepts. So I'm going to accept it, otherwise I will lose my turn. And now here's this military group coming in for training or whatever. All right, corn's only $5 this time, so we'll plant that. And I've got $30 left, so maybe I want to plant a cotton and run it. Now it's really good to have the animals and things because they can give you more money. You make money off of those. However, sometimes there are pandemics where people get really sick or animals get really sick or people loot and steal all your chickens or burn down your barns. Lots of things can happen here. You've also got your family, and you can have your female head of house reproduce and have more children. You can also give them medicine. If you don't, eventually they'll die. So I'll just give her a little bit because that's all I can afford, and really I don't have much money. It's kind of a game of chance, but some of the ethical issues and the different scenarios that pop up really get the kids talking. I'll hear them screaming out things, and it's just crazy to hear their take on what's happening to them in this simulation. So I do encourage you to play around with it a little bit before you actually use it with students. But I think that for 5th grade and above, this is a really, really fun and thought-provoking simulation. They just look at it as a game, but really they're learning a lot. So give it a try.